Hi, everybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you can see me, because something's going on with StreamYard. And so I'm not sure that you're even seeing this. So let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. We'll start there. We'll start there. You see me? Okay. Thanks, Ben. So we're having some issues with StreamYard. When you go to log into StreamYard, all you're seeing is a blank page. And I was in the living room and I was trying to log in and I couldn't get in. I came back here and for whatever reason it's working on my computer in my office. Um, but Ben can't get on because he's looking at a blank page. So I see Johnny in here and Ron in here. If you guys have a live stream planned for today or you use StreamYard to record anything, you might want to check it. Now, I did check, I Googled it, and there is apparently a problem with the dashboard, and they're working on it. So obviously, this is not ideal, right? Oh, I can? I don't know how to do that, Johnny. All right, let's see if I can. Well, here's the thing. I don't even know what to say. I'm like kerfluffled and flustered and all the rest of it. I'm not a good person when it comes to technical stuff. So, um, anyhow, that's where we're at, and I'm so sorry because everybody's popping in, and I really appreciate it. But like I said, something's going on with StreamYard, and Ben can't. Ben is here in the chat trying to join, and something's wrong with StreamYard, where the dashboard isn't loading. It's like literally just a blank page. Now I can try to see if I can figure out this YouTube thing, but I don't know that I can. Now keep in mind I can't see you guys because I'm in StreamYard, so. Wow, this is different. Connecting streaming software to go live. Users will be able to find your stream once they go live. Stream links, copy, reset, blah, blah, blah. Chat. Yeah, it doesn't, that's not what it is, Isadora. I wish that's what it was. Was going, like, how you plug it in and unplug it. But that's not what it is. Okay, start sending us your video from, oh, that's why, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how to do it. Through YouTube. So we have the lovely Rosie sitting on the floor behind us. And oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Ron. Let me try that. Ben, I'm going to put the link in the chat and see if that works and brings you in. Don't anyone else invite them on this the screen. Oh, thanks, Johnny. You're very kind. So, anyways, today is called tea time, and it's something that Ben and I used to do a while back. And as most of you know, Ben and I are great friends. We always have a great time together, and tea time means a lot of things. So, please, before we go any further, make sure you go show Ben some love. He is returning to YouTube, or has returned to YouTube, and is sort of starting his channel again from the ground up. So please do go show him some love. It is as you see it in his name. Mama needs a cigarette because I'm stressed right out. I spent all day cleaning the living room, making sure it was nice and presentable for you all. And then I had to rush around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get back here and get my computer up and running. And now I'm all like hot and sweaty. So, you've been in hair and makeup for hours. Well, I just got out of the shower. My hair is like sort of half wet and half dry. Okay, so we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to go with it. We're just going to try to have some fun. So I'm just wondering, because you all are here, what tea do you have to share today? Whether it be what you're drinking, some gossip that you heard, some shade you want to throw, let me know. I'll tell you my tea, but I want to hear from you guys. What's your tea? Share your tea with me. And while you're thinking of what tea you want to share, let me share this with you. So, first named episode, Tea Time with Ben and Kelly, or Kelly and Ben, however which way you want to say it, way back when we started. And I came up with that name on my own, and I thought it was really appropriate because Ben is English, right? He lives in Britain, and they're known for drinking tea and the whole thing. So we go live, and we're all like happy, and everybody's present and accounted for. And I say to Ben, "What are you drinking?" And he says, "I'm drinking coffee." And I said, "What? You're not drinking tea?" And he said, "I don't like tea." It's like, well, you could have told me that before I named the episode Tea Time. Anyway, there you have it. The disrespect of Donald at Arlington. Well, friends, I mean, I don't know why we are continuously surprised by him, because he seems to know no boundaries. No, he has no filter, no limits, no whatever. And we should not be surprised by anything that he does. Not saying by any stretch that it's okay, because it's not. It's disgusting, is really what it is. He is, I think that Hillary Clinton said it best, and that was, he's deplorable. Hi, Stephanie. So here is my tea. Here is my tea. Everybody knows of the store Michael's, the craft store. So they recently did, well, I should back up. Try to put an order in at Michael's, or I put an order in at Michael's. They send you a survey. I filled out the survey. When you fill out the survey, they'll send you back a coupon to use, right? Okay. I got the coupon and I couldn't use it because they sent it for the US, not for Canada. So I called and got a new coupon. Tried to put the coupon in, coupon wouldn't work. Okay. Had to call back, talk to customer service. They say to me, well, when you're finished putting in your order, you pay for it and we'll give you the discount. Okay, sure, right? Go to log into my Michaels app on my phone. A couple of weeks later, can't log in. Need an update. Update the app, can't log in. Doesn't recognize me. You have like a rewards program, a rewards card. It's not associated with me anymore. Now I'm sending the thing to request a new password. Nothing's happening. I'm not getting an email. I chat with someone. They say, okay, yep, okay, we're going to give you a temporary password. I go to put in the temporary password, doesn't work. Go back to the chat. She says, okay, I'm going to have to elevate you to, a different department. I'm like, okay, or transfer you to a different department. I'm like, okay, transfer me to a different department. I get disconnected. I tried what Isadora mentioned before, unplug it and plug it back in. I uninstalled the update and reinstalled the update. Tried to log in again. Tried to request a password again. Nothing. Tried to put in the password that they gave me. Nothing. So then I call customer support and I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to place an order. Like, it should not be this difficult, right? Okay. We're really sorry. Apology. We're going to offer you an extra coupon. And I'm like, great, thanks. Okay. I sit here this morning at like 5:30 and I'm like compiling my order and I'm putting it in. I promise I'm getting there, friends. I go through all of that, right? Not associated to my account, not associated to my rewards, but I just want to put my order in, right? I go to put the coupon in that they gave me. Yeah, not valid. I'm like, I'm going to snap. I am going to snap. Again, I phone customer service. Well, first of all, I send an email back to the first email that I got and don't get an answer. Then I call and I talk to a lady who then transfers me to another lady. And this is what she says.
Hello. Success. Girl.
Woo!
Do you know what it is?
I can't hear you though.
Oh, can't you?
I mean, I can hear you, but very, very, very faintly.
Right,
maybe it's me.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes. So we're on a budget, girl. I'm on the iPad, so I do apologize if I'm looking not at the camera. So I think it's to do with browsers, because on the desktop it's Edge, so it's obviously not going to work, is it? Whereas on the iPad it seems to work, but the link on the desktop isn't working. But it's
well, see, I'm the opposite. My link on my laptop wasn't working, but in the office it is.
Yeah. It's retrograde.
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm like going to snap today. Okay. So I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Yeah. Okay. So just to finish my story, right? So I go through I have been trying to put this flipping order in for like 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a thing. So finally, I'm talking to this, elevated customer service person, apparently, who says to me, "Are you in the US?" I'm like, "Are you kidding? I've given my firstborn child information to 8 people now. Like, how come nobody knows where I'm like, so yeah. You know what she says to me? Just how she ended the call.
Go on, what did she do?
Well, we need like 48, 72 hours, and these things usually just, work themselves out, but feel free to set up a new account.
I just said, can you work yourself out and try and help me?
What? What do you mean, feel free to set up it? Like, what was the point of all of that? I could have done that myself.
I know. How dare they?
Yeah,
they just don't understand, do they?
My tea is, I'm having one of those days where, is it just me or is it everybody else?
No, I think it's the I don't know what it is. I think it's retrograde actually, to be honest. It's everything's a little bit crazy
I
at the
thought
moment,
Mercury,
it feels.
I can't even say it. Never mind. Hold on.
It's
Is
fine, dear, don't worry.
this is just Pepsi, right? Yeah. No, seriously, I mean, look at me. I look like I just woke up. I swear to God.
So you don't. You look fabulous as always. So what you on about?
You wear glasses, don't you?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Well, because clearly you're not seeing things properly.
Girl.
Okay, so apparently this is going to be one of these sessions where you guys in the chat are privy to Ben and I just having a conversation like we normally do when we chat over
It does feel like that, doesn't it? It just feels like we're normal.
All right, hold on. I feel like we need to start again.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. I feel like I'm too close. Let me go back. There we go.
Yeah, back up, man. Back up. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Go for it. Let's do it.
Just your screen, friends. It's fine.
It's already started.
Oh, it has already started because literally I'm sitting here and I'm like, "Where's the dog?" Right. So I'm like calling the dog the whole time that I'm like, "Rosie." Yes.
I love it when it's like this, when things go wrong and you just have fun with it anyway. That's what I love.
Okay. I'm only laughing because there's people watching. Otherwise, I may be doing other things. But anywho, so friends, welcome.
Friends.
A little bit late, but what do they say? Better late than never.
Exactly.
To tea time with. Hold on, because I'm not ready. Hi, baby. Please don't lick my legs because you make me freak out. That's the dog doing that, not Ben or anybody else. I'm just saying, don't lick my legs. That was weird. Welcome.
Sorry. I don't know why that name is Tale as Old as Time. Was that from when we last spoke and I was being silly and I've just called myself Tale as Old as Time? I don't know why that's there. Sorry. Let me change that. Right.
I don't know what's happening, to be honest.
Can't change it either. Bear with me, dear.
Now I've got feedback and static. What's happening?
Oh no. I mean, is that from me?
I don't. Yes, that's you. You sound like you're underwater.
Oh,
anyhow, we're here. We're just gonna cross our fingers and we're gonna hope for our best. Ben is here. We can see him, but he's muted.
Oh no. Right, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Does that link work now?
It's because you opened up another screen to change your name. That's why.
Oh, shall I go back out and come back in again?
Yes.
Okay. I hope I can get.
Oh my God! Don't! I'll just take your name off. There.
No, because there. You'll hear. I sound like underwater, and it works on here. So I will be right back. I'm going to try it anyway.
Everybody, cross your fingers. We love you, Ben. If in case you don't come back.
Wish upon a star. See you in a minute.
friends, the stress is real. So these are the fun things that happen when you try to do live streams. You have all kinds of technical issues, or the possibility can happen of all kinds of technical issues. But it is what it is. So what's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? I know that Hershey was in here. Hello, Hershey, by the way. Hershey said that she was no tea but drinking iced mocha coffee and doing house chores. Sounds yummy.
There we go.
Okay.
And my name's right
Ben,
now.
Ben,
So
just in case,
the
I
power.
think we need some extra power. Holy moly, friends.
Good grief. There we go. Welcome.
Linda is in the house and Diamond is here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And
Nice.
Stephanie from Trillium Tro is here.
Thank you for putting up with me.
I mean, we're going to have a chat when this is over. No,
That's
kidding.
excellent.
Just kidding. Okay. So, tea time. Ben,
Yes.
could you help us, people that don't live in Britain?
Yeah.
Speaking of Donald Trump, not to turn this into a political stream, but it has come out recently that the Queen thought that Donald Trump was rude. And he has said that, you know, he was her favorite president. I mean, because, I mean, that's who he is. I remember a time just before he came, how much Britain did not want him to come, meaning the citizens of Britain. And there was like a protest, was there not?
Yeah.
About
I think there was.
not having him come.
Yeah.
And he was rude to the Queen because he put his arm around her. He walked in front of her.
I know. Yeah, he did all these.
And he didn't like bow and back out.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, he didn't follow the pomp and circumstance. That's the
No.
thing.
No.
But yeah,
you know, whether you like the Queen or you don't like the Queen, I mean, she's deceased now, but whether you agree with the royal family, the monarchy, or you don't, that's their protocol, and that's what you got to do. And everybody else got it right. He's the only one that didn't.
Had disregard for it, probably. Maybe Donald Trump, I would have thought, didn't, you know.
I sort of feel like he. I don't know what is the right word. Condescending, patronizing. It's like, you know, they're like, okay, you know what I mean.
I can imagine her having tea with him and him sitting there with a Budweiser or something.
Right.
You know.
You know what? I just thought of this. Okay, so if you guys have watched The Crown on Netflix,
yes,
or if you've watched any like documentaries on the Queen, they all talk about like she has like a like secret buttons right in the room. I wonder how many buttons were being pressed during his visit. Like she was probably like
the alarms were probably going off in the servants' quarters. Quick, get her out.
I love it. I love it.
A panic room, that's what she needed. Some sort of, or a Donald, an escapism room. But yeah, honestly. You do, I bet they have lots of things like that, you know. They must do. She must like do a hand gesture, which means that she's had enough of somebody.
It's probably her own little language, almost like an umpire has in baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like all the signals and stuff. There must be.
Yeah. I know.
As to not offend anybody. Right?
She's probably like, get that thing out. But yes, we have some strange, I don't know. I was thinking about you today because I was thinking about, I watched your video. Yeah, I watched your video from your last live, and at the end you'd said, oh, and Ben from Beneficial Tarot is on. And I was like, the way you say tarot is different to the way I say it. Because you say tarot, is that right? Because I say tarot.
Tarot. Usually I call it tarot.
And then I don't know what's the right saying for it, you know. And I was thinking, I've been doing this for years, and I thought, is it tarot or is it tarot?
I think it has to do with your accent.
Newsflash.
Is it like a silent O? Is that what you're trying to say? So
yeah, I was thinking, or silent. It's silent T,
It's not.
isn't it?
It's not like ferret, so it's not carrot, right?
That's true. That's true. So I don't know. Because
I don't know.
some people do say tarot without the T at the end. Maybe I say T at the end because I'm English.
You're right.
T.
They do. They say like tarot,
Yeah.
as if there was like no T. I've never. I mean, is there a silent T? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
thought it was
mean,
interesting,
I just changed it up for spice of life effect, right? Just I don't
shoot
know.
the breeze.
Yeah. I just want to keep you all guessing.
Yeah.
Hey
I
Ben,
like it. Okay.
what's the most exciting thing that's happened so far to you this week?
Oh God, nothing. What's happened? What's happened?
Next.
Chance would be a fine thing. Oh no, this has been very exciting. I'm glad you've brought it up. I did watch a film and I loved it, and I hadn't watched it for years, and it was called The Craft. Do you remember The Craft?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
From the 90s, and Firuza Balk was in it.
I was born in the 90s. Yep, I know. No.
And it was really good, and it was just, I love that film so much. It's about these witches, basically. But it's just really, really cool.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That was the most exciting thing, to be honest, that happened to me this week. And then what else? Oh yeah, I got a deck today on eBay for £2, which I was looking for.
Wow,
so that was good. But that's as exciting life has been at the moment for me. What about you, Kelly? What's been going on in your world? What's excited you?
I had an excellent live stream on Monday. That made me very happy. And when I say an excellent stream, what I mean by that is that there were people in the chat that seemed to resonate with the messages that they were getting, and that to me makes me feel good when I walk away, right? I thought of a new concept for sort of like a little mini series. I sound like I'm doing a show, like a real TV program, but I thought of a little series that I want to put together. So I'm working on that for the channel.
And can I just say,
yes,
while you've mentioned that, everybody, I'm sure, agrees with this, is you have some fantastic ideas. And I've told you this before, but she comes up with all these ideas for it. I mean, Jukebox Tarot, Tea Time with Ben, all these great ideas, and you've come up with them all by yourself. So I'm glad you're back doing these things, because I think you've got a lot to give. And I think, that's really good, that is.
Well,
I really do think that.
Last year, when things sort of went south for me, let's talk about that. Is it okay if we talk about it?
Yes, because things went south for me as well. So let's talk about it.
Well, no, I meant like even with you and I.
Oh yes. Let's.
Is it okay if we go there?
Absolutely. I'm all about talking openly about these things.
So last year, just around my birthday, I don't know what happened, but it was like I fell into a hole that I couldn't get out of, and no matter how hard I tried, it just I seemed to be making it worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And the final straw for me was when Ben and I had a disagreement. And I remember saying to you, like I had been awake all night, and it was like 2 p.m. my time. And I said to you, like, I don't know what to do. And you said to me, like, just go lay down and try to, like, get some rest, and maybe like with a clearer mind, it'll make better sense. Right.
Yeah.
And I said, whatever I said, okay, great. And the next day I woke up, or a few hours later, I woke up to like a whole slew of messages. And I guess, because I wasn't really like with it yet, I totally overreacted. Anyway, we flipped out. I flipped out. I freaked out. And I started texting you back and forth. And I remember you saying to me, well, I don't know, Kelly, are we okay? And I'm like, honestly, I felt like I was having a fight with my husband. Because my heart was...
I know.
Like my heart was hurting is what I mean by that, right? And I just said, like, listen, you know, I love you. You're my friend. I care about you. It has nothing to do with, like, this has nothing to do with you and me. I'm pissed off about this, but I'm
Yeah.
not like I'm not. I don't not like you. You know what I mean?
Yes, it was one of those where you go through something, don't you? And the not even the energy's off. It's just you can't quite pick up whether the other person's right because we hadn't spoke on the phone at that point. It was over text, and you know how
Yeah,
things
that's right.
get construed over text, don't they?
Yes.
And I think I wasn't sure, and we were kind of. The other thing is, it was an external factor as well that was kind of
Yes.
the problem in this situation because
Always that.
if we're on our own, we're fine. We don't. It's when other things get involved sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, those other things. I mean, the
Yeah.
nerve, really. No.
Dead. But yeah. So, and I do know what you mean. And
So the reason I bring that up is because, and we've chatted about this, you know, both Ben and I feel like we have like similar sort of dispositions in terms of, you know, we're a little bit sensitive and we're a little bit
yes,
insecure, and this is not easy.
no,
Doing this whole YouTube thing, it can really mess you up. It can
yes,
affect you. It can cause problems if you let it, or if you don't know, like if you're not aware, like if you don't think that that's what's happening and you're off somewhere else, you know, you're sort of partially paying attention.
yeah,
It can really like do a number on you, and it's taken both of us on our separate journeys a while to sort of get back to a place where we are comfortable. And
yeah,
because I am so comfortable with Ben, this feels like what I said in the beginning, how we're just having a chat like off string, right?
yeah,
It feels
yeah,
like that normal and that natural to
yeah,
have you here. Although sometimes when I know that the live button is pressed, I feel like we're not we're not doing that whole conversation thing like we normally would, right? Because
yes. I know
we
what you're
would do
saying.
things, friends.
I
We would.
said this to you though as well, didn't I? That because we've kind of been doing things separately for a while now, just because not because we haven't been talking to each other. It's literally just because we've kind of life's got in the way a bit,
Yes.
hasn't it? But
Yeah.
I said, didn't I? Because we had a chat.
I'm going to throw my hair. I hope that that's okay. Is that okay?
Oh, it's fine.
No, I am totally.
I'd comb mine if I'd got any. So
Don't get jealous, Ben.
we. Oh no, send it to me.
I have to cut my hair. It's really long, but I'm just gonna do this one little thing here. This
You've
is
got
a little
fab
trick.
hair. I'm totally jealous.
You just hold it like that, right? So you get a little hoop in it,
There
and then
go,
you.
so.
It
She's doing
has
the advert, that L'Oreal advert.
right.
Worth it. um, but yeah, sorry. I
Heard
was
it
saying
here first, folks. No.
that when we spoke again recently, because we were like on the blower for about 2 hours, but we picked up literally from where we left off, didn't we? And I said that to you at the time. I mean, she's even doing her hair in front of me because she's so comfortable with me now. So
I put my makeup on, but it's in the other room. So.
But we just picked up from where after. But you're right. I mean, I've had a very difficult couple of years on YouTube, and I've struggled with relationships on here because if I find that sometimes you can get too close to people, and the minute you don't do something or you change something that you do,
Yeah.
things can go south because there's disagreements that I had, and it's not meant. And then, you know, there's the other thing as well where you can get paranoid sometimes, worrying what other people are thinking. And I think we both can say we've had to take ourselves away.
Yes.
Just to get away from the space of YouTube, haven't we? Because
Yeah.
it's not easy. And even now, I mean, I have had a very good friend on here who just decided that they wanted to stop speaking to me, which is fine, you know, and I respect that. But it was over something quite silly, I thought. And it's just a shame sometimes that happens when you've been, I don't know, when you've been close to someone and then they just kind of
Yeah.
But
It hurts, right?
it does hurt. Yeah.
It hurts, especially if you feel sort of blindsided by it.
Yeah.
Um,
But on the other hand, someone I was very close with felt blindsided by me, and I didn't get the opportunity to chat to them about it because they didn't explain it to me. And
Right.
that's the other thing. People, like I think with me and you, the difference is, Kelly, when we've got an issue, we do talk to each other.
that's right.
And that's the thing. If you don't talk, and I'm not about texting, I'm on about physically talking like this, then that's the only way sometimes that you can resolve something. Because even on text, things can be misconstrued, can't they?
100%.
You
I
know?
think it's so important to, I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard to go there. It's hard to say how you feel in some instances. And for some people, it's just like, I don't like confrontation. I'm not saying that if you want to express how you feel that it's going to feel like confrontation, but you don't know how the other person is going to perceive it. And so just that thought that it could be like a confrontational or received that way could stress you out, right?
Yeah.
I try to say how I feel so that we can work it out.
Yeah.
And I am that person that I will give someone the benefit of the doubt as much as or as often as I can. Sometimes, ad nauseum. But the point that I'm trying to make is that's one of the things that I really respect about you, Ben, is that where we are concerned, if we have ever had a problem,
yeah,
we're very trusting and we're very open with each other. And I think that that's the reason why you and I have remained friends.
Yes, I agree.
Since the day we met, which let's just talk about that.
Yes.
The day that you came to this channel, we had an absolute fit of giggles, did we not?
We did.
It was like we drank something. Honestly, it was crazy.
I know. Was that I was thinking there was one, wasn't there, where we got a lot of views. Not that we bother with views, guys, but it was one, wasn't it? And I think it was something went wrong in the algorithm because we had about 800 people.
Well,
I remember that.
That was a show that I think that you and Gerald and I did together, and
that was
that was like our second or third collaboration. Yeah. And friends, like honestly, like I mean, I sent them an email and said like, thanks, that was a lot of fun. And did you guys see how many views you have? Like, listen, I don't care who you are. I don't care what tarot lane you're in, or sorry, what YouTube lane you're in. But if you have a channel, you care about the views and the clicks and the subscriptions to a certain degree, right? It's not the end all be all, but it is important. I mean, that's why every channel you watch has all of those little emblems floating across the screen and constantly telling you like a used car salesman, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up because it's important. And at this point, when I sent them the email and said, thank you for hanging out with me and we should do it again, we had like, I don't know, I mean, I don't even remember, but let's just say it was like 300 views. And I said, have you guys seen how many views we've got? Like, that's crazy, right? Because I only had like 400 subscribers. So I think between the three of us, we might have had 1,000 subscribers between the three of us, right? And this is way before this simulcasting nonsense started, right?
Yeah.
So I send the email and they come back, friends, I'm not joking you. This had like, I think it has like 936 or 976 or something like that views. And I was like, I don't understand it. I mean, no offense. I love you guys. Like, we're not that entertaining. And I didn't understand it at all. I kept saying someone has got it on a phone or a laptop that they've not shut off. And it just keeps playing it on loop, right?
It's weird. I know someone left it on the computer and either like passed away and then maybe it's still going now probably on repeat.
It's in your winter jacket that you put in the closet last year. I mean, like
that was strange.
I don't know why, but we had such a good time. And here's the thing. and I can speak to this because I've had this. I'm very, very lucky. I've had this experience many times where you just are meeting someone, collaborating with them, and you get along like a house on fire. And I'm very blessed that I've had that happen on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
But it is not the norm. I want to say it's not the norm. And it is a real blessing when that happens. Like when you just meet somebody and you click with them, it's the kind of person, like we have the kind of friendship, and dare I say that Johnny and I have the same, Ron and I have the same. You don't have to like, what's new. It's like you pick up, you could have not spoken for weeks or months, and it feels like you spoke to them at dinner time. Do you know what I mean? Or yesterday.
I also think you go through some sort of rite of passage, don't you, with YouTube? And I did feel I had a tower moment with being on here on YouTube,
Yeah.
because I mean, I got rid of my channel and everything. I would have had enough, and I'd felt like I don't know whether I was reading into things and things like that, but I had to go away and relook at the whole thing. And I have to say, I've come back, and you do get to a point where, do you know what? I know who my friends are, because the ones who are your friends do stay with you. And and it's okay that other friends, yes, and it's okay that other friends drop off. That's fine, because that's life, isn't it? And sometimes people don't resonate with you after a while. And it took me a long time to get over some of the people I used to be with, because I really cared so much about them, and felt really like aggrieved for that old friendship. But
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know this because I have.
No, but I mean, I'm saying yes because I think it's important that you're saying this, and it is a very natural thing to do when you lose a friendship that you feel is important. It is like a grieving process.
And I mean, and the other things, I say this, guys, but part of the loss of those friendships was partly my own fault as well, because I'm not blaming them, because it was my fault. And in the sense that it's not anyone's fault when you lose a friend. It just doesn't work sometimes, does it? And I think it was just hard to get over that, and I couldn't. And of course, you come back to YouTube and you still see those groups of people, and you don't feel a part of that group anymore. And I have had a sense of, I feel like I'm not an outcast as such, but I've kind of took myself out of that group, and you feel very lonely.
You do, and you sort of don't know where you fit in or where your place is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't feel the same as as when you were first starting out, because it was new and it was exciting. Now it seems sort of like you're kind of like, okay. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a hesitation, but we all know that people come into our lives for different periods of time for specific reasons, right? We know this. In the moment when it's happening to us, we don't feel that, we don't think that, we're not. It's like we don't know it. We have to learn it all over again. But these people come in and out of our lives to show us things, to remind us of things, to help us to grow, right? And I guess my point to you for the experience that you went through, as your friend, it was hard to watch. You feeling that way, and you treating yourself so badly while that was happening, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's got nothing to do with the other people. It's got to do specifically with people.
Yeah.
And when it was happening to me, I dealt with it in a different way.
Yes.
But basically, I did the same as you. I did come out swinging, like, I'll show you. You can't make me go away. And I threw myself at it, but I wasn't feeling it, if you know what I mean. It was, I was sort of like faking it till you make it, in terms of like my confidence, or like me showing up, right?
Yeah.
I was so nervous, like to the point of almost being nauseous every time I came live. And then, and there's another person here that knows this, because I told them this statement as well as sharing this with you. And that was, then I retreated backwards, stopped reading for people. I stopped doing lives. I'm still trying to process that for me, because no matter whether it was because of something or someone,
Yeah.
I still felt not able to do something. Like I let something stop me from doing what I love to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. I
Like
know what
there's
you
4
mean.
people watching right now, and I appreciate all of you. I don't care if there's 42 people watching, 4,200 people watching, or no people watching while we're doing this. The point I'm trying to make is, if you show up and you came and you listened and you participated, then that means you wanted to be here, and that's it. That's where I'm getting my joy from. Do you know what I mean? It's not about the
Yes.
number; it's about the fact that someone was here. Because to me that means that it was meant to happen that way, if you understand.
And I have to say, Kelly, I think this is quite good to talk about, because we've both had a very similar experience on here, and we're not it's an experience that's very much our own, and we kind of came together, I think, especially the last few weeks, and felt very similar about our experiences on here. And it's not even, and we've both come to a place of acceptance, haven't we?
Yes.
And we both feel that we had difficult relationships with some people, not because of anything bad that they did or anything bad that we did, but we just did not connect in a certain way in the end. And we both said to each other, didn't we, that we accept what happened and we have love in our hearts about them, but we've moved on from it. And I think that was, both of us said that together, and it felt like, wow, we really needed that, because we validated each other's feelings on things.
Yes.
And I think my biggest regret sometimes with the past relationships that I've had on here is that we didn't discuss things like this with whoever it was. But at the same time, I tried with a couple of people, and it didn't work, and that's fine. It just didn't work, and that's when I realised that I had to let go of that. And and to be honest, you learn. It was hard. It was a horrible thing to go through, but you learn from it, don't you?
Yeah, you'd absolutely.
It does make you grow. And at the time, you can't see it because you're so sad about the way.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? I mean, most people can't see their own forest for their own trees, right?
Yeah.
You ask someone else and they got all kinds of things to tell you, right?
Yeah.
You know, like when I got divorced, my father said, and friends, my mom, whatever, like, I never liked them. Well, like, thank you.
Yeah.
You could have shared a little sooner than now, right? But like, people don't want to say things because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to upset you. You know what I mean?
And everyone's different,
as difficult for the other people as it is for you. But of course, you're in that moment, so like it feels like it's just happening to you. But here's what I want to say. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think I've realised as well that I can talk about feelings. I like to talk about, if I've got an issue with someone, I do like to talk about feelings.
Sorry, it's not funny, but that just sounded funny to me. Talk about feelings.
From a man, it does. But I mean, I've learned that some people don't like talking about their feelings, and they don't deal with it the same way I do. And I've learned that because I always think, I don't see why you can't talk about how you feel. Why can't you tell me how you feel?
Right.
But people can't, and they deal with things in different ways, and that's something I've learned. It's understanding how other people handle things, and
exactly.
Like that. Sorry,
here's the point. No. Here's the point, though. What Ben and I are talking about, to bring this full circle all the way to the beginning when we talked about who and his stunt at Arlington. allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Don't shut my channel down, YouTube. When I finally got my confidence back, that would suck. But it's about boundaries, right? And all too often, we are afraid to put boundaries up because we think that it means some major shift or some major change. And, my therapist told me this a long time ago, and I forgot it. And I forget it often and have to remind myself. Boundaries aren't about the other people. They're about you.
Yeah.
Right? For those of you that throw tarot cards, think of the 8 of Swords. Look at that image, right? In the Rider-Waite tarot deck. The boundaries that you place when it comes to anything that makes you feel kind of like, is a way of protecting yourself.
Yeah.
And I equate it the same way, like I feel about the boundary thing, the same way I feel about forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I was stuck in the mode of not knowing how to forgive, not understanding how to let that weight go or release it, or whatever the right terminology is, for like 8.5, 9 years.
Yeah.
Which is why my anxiety, I feel, was able to hold me hostage for as long as it did. Until everybody knows the story. I was in a chat. There was a show, Ali from Heart and Soul Connected had Scott Spiritual Essence on, and I said, somebody said something about forgiveness, and I said in the chat, like, how do you do it? Someone please tell me.
Yeah.
And anyways, this whole conversation ensued, and I was given a couple of tips, and I took a step, and I did it live on the channel. I did a release ceremony, and I cannot articulate into words the massive effect that it had on me. Now, I don't mean that you do it one time and you're like, woof, poof, everything's perfect. No, it's like a continuous program. Like you got to keep doing it over and over again. But I felt it immediately.
Yeah.
Such a weight lifted off of my shoulders. And here's the thing. I am not okay with what happened. Yeah. I did not say that what happened to me, or the persons or people or the circumstance or the situation that happened, is okay. I didn't say I forgive you. What I said was I'm releasing the hold that situation, that circumstance, those people had over me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're releasing the pain of it, or the thing that holds you back because of it. And really, it's like reclaiming your power. And boundaries, in my opinion, are the similar thing. Putting boundaries up allows me to stand a little bit taller, because now I am in control of that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, and I understand what you're saying, because I found you find it when you've gone through a situation that's been difficult, you do find it hard to let go, and you can't, and it stops you moving forward because you can't stop thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you learn to let that go and have, it's such a release, isn't it? And you're right, boundaries are so important, because I think one of the mistakes we all make when we start YouTube, and we meet so many lovely people as well, you just want to keep going on lives with people and pleasing people, don't you? And doing all these things. But then in the end, you drain yourself, don't you? And,
did you feel that, Ben? Sorry to interrupt you, but did you feel it was almost like a drug? I mean, for entertainment, only what I mean by that is like, it was like the more I got, the more I wanted, the more I needed. And so I would just throw myself at it. And I mean, this doesn't come with a manual. Like nobody tells you how to operate this and navigate this. And, like anything, you're trying something new and you like it. You like how it feels. You like how it fits. Like, the new top that you just bought or whatever, or the new haircut. And you kind of throw yourself at it. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, you know what I mean?
I do.
And the minute you try to like step back, or change anything,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like all this stuff starts coming at you. You're like, oh, sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I think we all do that, don't we? I think when we start, it is a drug. I mean, you do feel like you can't. And the thing is, you do enjoy the people that you're with, that you meet for the first time. It's such new to you,
Yeah.
and you want to do all these things with these people, and that's why it's so much harder when things don't go well in the end.
100%.
And that's what the hard
for,
thing is.
yeah. Sorry. For
No, go
me
on.
personally, because I self-isolate, I don't have a lot. I don't like. Well, I mean, I don't have a lot. I have zero contact with the outside world.
Yeah.
Like when I say I don't leave my house, that's not me exaggerating. I
Yeah.
don't leave my house. I don't.
So this is like your social.
This
is where you.
so like all of a sudden people were people cared what I had to say. People wanted to engage with me. They just wanted. I mean, all of a sudden I was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it was like, yes, you know what I mean? And I was so embraced by everybody. But at the same time, if you think about, like, specifically about me, with my channel, where the heck did I fit?
Yeah.
I was in the tarot community and I wasn't a tarot reader. I didn't even own a deck.
Yeah.
Like, no, I mean, I didn't know how to read. Why was I here? But these were my people.
Yeah.
So
It's the spiritual
this was my
side,
community, right?
And
so I sort of injected
that.
myself into a community that I felt like I belonged to, but then started to feel like I wasn't sure. And I'll tell you the saddest moment that I had. This always upsets me. The saddest moment that I had, someone suggested to me that I send an email out and let people know that like I've started my channel and this is what I was doing. So I had like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 contacts, like emails of people that I knew, like readers whose room I would participate in the chat in. And so I sent all these people an email and I said, like, this is who I am. This is my channel. This is what I'm doing. Then if anybody wanted to have me on or if they wanted to be a guest on my channel, like, I would be really appreciative of the opportunity because mental health is important. Yeah. 2 people responded to me. One person said they'd have to check it out, think about it. And the other person was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That hurt me so much. And I don't know that I knew it at the time that it hurt me, but I knew it. It started to sort of chip away at me, if you know what I'm saying, right? Because it was like, okay. It was like the rug was pulled out. So like all the excitement and all the joy and and the embrace that I was feeling quickly like went up in a poof of smoke sort of feeling.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
But I will say this, and I just want to add this to the end of that thought. When I sit here, and I'm going to toot my own horn for a little minute. When I sit here and I think about the journey that I've been on with this channel, it'll be 3 years, November the 7th.
Oh, wow.
That I can't believe. Just start. 1,170 some odd subscribers. I've got like 1,100 videos or 1,000 videos or something. When I think about the most amazing people that have come to this channel and that I've had the opportunity and the privilege of sharing the screen with and reading with and talking to and getting to know, the friendships that I've made, the people that I've interacted with on the chat, I am so incredibly proud of not just the content and the creation, the content, but of the feeling that I think people tell me that they have when they come here to Dozen Cats. Like, that's the thing that I'm most proud of.
Yeah.
I carved out my own lane.
Yeah.
I sort of feel, and I feel like I'm just getting started.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, same. I've been around just about 3 years, I think, on and off. But I feel like the same. I'm just finding my feet, and I'm actually. You attract your own tribe to you, who
Yes.
match with the way you feel, and I think sometimes it's good doing your own content for a bit because people, hi JR, follow. You kind of attract the kind of people that fit for you, don't you? But
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to say, Kelly, and what you were saying earlier as well, is that when you do start a channel, certainly for me, the ego got in the way. I wanted to get more subscribers. I wanted to get loads of views, and that was one thing that I wish I hadn't got so embroiled in, because it affected things. And now I do lives when I want to. I don't schedule anything,
Right.
and that's so much better for me. And I think I do this as a hobby, and because I wanted to connect with people and talk and stuff. And since I've come back, I've made some really great connections, not with many people,
Yeah.
because I'm not on a lot, but I have had a couple of connections that I absolutely, I'm so happy. And like I say, you're probably the only one that I've consistently had a connection with for 3 years.
Because of you.
And I love you. You fab, and I'm so glad. I've always said this to you. We mirror each other in our experiences, and that is why we come together. You're like a sister to me, and it's we kind of just we kind of look after each other, don't we? And that's so nice. It's so nice to have someone to talk to sometimes.
It is.
Why am I feeling like this? Is it me?
Yeah.
And
it's also nice that someone understands.
Yeah, you just sometimes want someone to validate your feelings.
Exactly. Yeah.
To make so you don't feel like being crazy.
The other thing that I want to say about this is this. You said about the ego thing. And I don't want to disagree with you because I love you, but I'm going to push back on that because I think that everyone who starts something new, I don't care what it is, it's a hobby, a business, whatever. Of course you want to put your best foot forward. Of course you think, all of the things. I mean, why wouldn't you? What kind of a way is there to start something when if you think, well, I just want to scrape the bottom of the barrel, like nobody starts out with that enthusiasm or they wouldn't start it, right?
No, I know what you're saying.
But it is important to the point that you made to keep your expectations in check.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, why don't I come here and start my YouTube channel and think that I could be a successful channel, right?
Yeah.
Like why can't I?
Yeah.
What Isadora just said right there. Okay, Ben, you put too much pressure on yourself.
Oh, yeah, I think I did and do still actually. And
YouTube, not the company YouTube, but the platform YouTube, social media does not help.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I took myself off Facebook and everything.
The hate and the toxicity and the negativity can be ruthless if you allow it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared for that.
No, and someone said to me, when you start a channel, you've got to be hard-skinned as well at times because you are going to get people who disagree with you, who don't like you. I can relate to all this conversation about the channel I've been on over 4 years on YouTube. Yeah.
And by the way, for those of you that don't know, Ron is on every Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right, Ron? I believe it's 8:30 p.m. So go show my friend some love.
Yeah, absolutely. Ron's a lovely guy.
Yeah, he leaves no reading behind. right? Like
It's
like
true.
he does. He'll go for hours if he has to get all the readings in, and I really commend him for that because not a lot of people.
He's a
Do
beautiful
that.
soul.
Yes, he absolutely is. So here's the thing, like, one of these things where we just get together and we ended up going here. I think the point is, though, that even when a situation seems like it's done or you've gotten everything out of it that you could, when it seems, like there's no closure because it's just over, but like there's no feeling from the experience,
Yes.
or it's a negative feeling. I think that both Ben and I are proof positive that you're in control of that, right?
Yeah.
You can't let anyone take that away from you, because it's within your power.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I am proud at the end of the day, every day, what I do and what I've created. It may not be for everybody, but for the people that are here, those people matter to me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them. And we have built a bond that is bigger than subscribers and views and likes and all of that. You know what I mean? Like there feels like there's a real genuine love and connection and bond there. And at the end of the day, that is the thing that lifts me up and propels me forward. That's the thing that allows me to start my computer in the morning, like I did this morning at 6 a.m., coming up with a crazy idea, right?
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
And there are so many.
Having this channel, it changed my life, right? It taught me how to trust again. It taught me to believe in myself again. It boosted my self-confidence. It gave me back the faith that I have in myself. And I all of a sudden, look forward to the future. That is a far cry from where I used to be. And so,
you know what, Kelly, I think as well, it's so nice because we've gone through good and bad, and you come out of it so much stronger. And I feel like we're on the next step of the journey, and I'm excited for it. I really am, and I feel like I'm looking forward to meeting new people out there, and and following the journey through again, but having been a little bit wiser from having had past experiences.
Yeah.
And I think, you learn a lot, don't you? I've learned so much from having a channel about myself as well as, which is so important, isn't it?
Me too. I definitely learned a lot about myself. And it's interesting because most people don't have a virtual journal like we do of progress. Most people just are like, oh, remember what you did 2 weeks ago, and you're trying to like think back, right?
Yeah.
Most people just have the highlights on the Facebook reel, right? Like only the good pictures that they put up. We literally have this virtual diary of our growth, right? Like twice a week or 3 times a week or once a week or whatever it is. There it is. You can see yourself, watch yourself, listen to yourself. That's pretty amazing when you think about it, that we actually have that like forever to chart our progress.
And you can see the changes, can't you, from when you first started to how you are now, and the confidence as well that you build as you go along.
Well, I've never been told that I wasn't confident.
No, you're very confident.
No, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm a Leo.
I think you are, but you come across confident.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's always like people think that I'm confident, until you get to know me. And then and what I mean by that is, like, if I tell you, you know, who I am and what I'm feeling, then you know that I'm not. But when you first meet me, I guess I just have that air about me.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, better than being a jerk, I suppose.
You're fabulous.
What? What? I didn't hear you. What?
Fabulous, as
Thank
Craig
you.
Revel Holt.
Oh, I love that show.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It's coming back on soon.
I just want to switch topics for just 1 second.
Yes, let's do it.
Have you seen, or are you aware, that at the King's Guard, like where the horses are,
Yes.
that the King, have you seen like all those YouTube channels that are down there?
Yeah,
watching the horses and stuff.
Yeah, and people are. I think then some people try and touch the horse, don't they?
Oh my God! Everybody. I mean, there's a sign like this big, right? It was so funny because a couple of weeks ago the sign kept changing. It was like, you know, don't touch the reins. You know, beware, horse can bite or kick. Then it was like, don't touch the horse, right? I mean, it's like, do we have to spell it out? No, seriously, who walks up to these animals that are like massive?
One of these days, you'll see a sign. It'll just say "F off." Don't touch anything.
You know what? Some people have been bit and stuff.
I know.
And like bad. Yeah. I mean, you could see the pain on their face. I mean, it's horrible to watch, right?
Yeah.
But I here's what I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. Not just because of where they are and what they're doing. I'm fascinated how people like mix in a group of people and forget themselves.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like the crazy things that they do, the silly things that they say, like those kind of, like, that part fascinates me.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get cozy with that and just watch that like on loop, just like constantly.
It's fascinating, isn't it? You know, and stuff. No, I do find it.
Laura says, hi Laura, by the way. Laura says, yes, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. Thank you for all your advice. I still haven't started. Laugh out loud, for I feel I need to learn more.
Yeah, I understand that, Laura. And you know what? I would also say, don't be afraid to do it. It's a very amazing experience, and you will find a lot of love especially from the spiritual community. You really will. And we're talking about years of things, aren't we? Because I don't want everybody to watch this and be pushed off by starting a channel, because, you know, it's me and Kelly, and I think we can both say this, we've been very insular up until we started the channel. So it's hard, isn't it, when you start a channel and you've not had much. I haven't felt like I've had much experience of people, and coming into this, you are thrown into like a load of people, aren't you? Yeah. And having to manage expectations.
I think you got to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true. You have. Right. And set your intention about why you're doing it.
These things pop into my head and then out they come. I apologize.
She's downloading.
You couldn't see it in my face?
We need like a little sign with like 3 dots, and Kelly's downloading.
Right?
Yeah. But no, definitely, Laura, go for it. We'll support you.
Be patient with yourself, Laura, because it is a giant learning curve.
It is.
And everybody learns at a different level. Keep your expectations in check, but you know, if that's what you feel moved to do, then go for it.
Yeah.
You know,
and you'll know when the time's right for you, and don't let anybody pressurize you. Yeah. You do it when it's right for you.
Well, you just raised a good point, because I seen this comment here from Ron that says, what shook me and surprised me to discover the YouTube competition between channels, and it's sad to see, and hard on relationships.
It is.
No, it is.
Yeah, I think that's what destroys channels sometimes, when there's that competition. Sometimes it can be healthy competition, but it's when it affects the other person.
Yeah, and it goes both ways. It's not just for content creators; it's also for the subscribers, because you know, we know this ourselves because we were all subscribers before we became content creators in most cases, and you want to be loyal to the people that you enjoy, that you watch, that you participate in their chats, right, or whatever. And all of a sudden now there's 4 people on at the same time, and you like all 4 of those people, and it's like, whose chat do I go in? Whose channel do I be a part of? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that can be challenging on both parts. But here's the point. I get what Ron's saying because I've had that feeling.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you have to rise above that. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying like forgive it. I'm not saying forget it. I'm not saying pretend it's not happening. What I'm saying is you can only do what you can do. You can't do the other stuff. And really, we have to think about this as like the news, right? Like at 6 o'clock, when we were all grasshoppers, well, probably not you, Ben, because you're way younger than me. But when I was a wee grasshopper, news came on at 6. And all of the stations were on news at 6. They were all competing with each other.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. But I have to say, and to validate how Ron feels, and we've both felt, Kelly, with this, is that the spiritual community, a lot of people do wear their heart on their sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that speak very openly about their feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
And you'll find a lot of people, and Ron's one of the lovely people that really welcomes you in when, new channels, he's always having new people on, and he's very welcoming to those people. And it's hard, and I think this is what Ron is saying as well, when then those people go off with their channels and this competition starts, and that's when you think, oh, these lovely people when they first started, but then it's a shame that gets in the way, because it can change people, can't it, the competition, and make them different.
Everybody wants to be your friend when they're new, and everybody wants to be your friend, sorry Ben, when they're starting out, and then they go, and that's hurtful.
It is
right?
hurtful. Absolutely.
Or it can feel hurtful.
Well, because you don't know, well, do they like me for me? Do they like me just because I've got more subscribers than them? And that's the sad thing, because you want people to like you for you, don't you?
Now, don't get me wrong. If it's approached the right way, then it's cool. If that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Like, in other words, there's no expectation there. But if the expectation is I'm your BFF and now I'm not, right? That can be hurtful. And so my point was, not saying that it's cool or that it's all right or whatever. What I'm saying is, you know what? You have a lot to offer. And I'm not saying Ron doesn't know this, but I'm saying like whoever you are, right? You have a lot to offer. You do your content, you put your best foot forward, and whatever is coming your way is coming your way.
Yeah.
We can't reside in that kind of energy coming from a place of deficit, right? Like that I can't compete or I'm not good enough or whatever. We have to, I think this is just the way, and I'm not saying I haven't been where Ron is, and I don't think the way that Ron is saying in this story, because I've definitely been there.
Yeah.
But I tell myself, like, I can't. That's not going to be helpful, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is most definitely hurtful.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely most hurtful. JR says in New York City that the horses were removed for that very reason, that and the smell.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, when the cavalcade, some of those horses went crazy and went through the park and knocked a few of the riders off in Britain. Remember?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, now I was thinking you were on back kind. I was like, oh my god. I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah, follow the bouncing ball. We're back there.
Where am I? Who am I?
You guys, it's 3:20 my time, and it's like, what is it? 8:30 your time?
8:30, nearly 8:30. Yeah.
Ben's worked all day, so he's going to like working on 3 over there.
No, and I've really appreciated this because it's been a really interesting conversation, and I think it's good to talk about experiences and that. I really do, and I'm glad we had the opportunity to talk about.
Well, I promise next time that you come back, if you're coming back next time, which I'm pretty sure
Of
that you're going to,
course.
I'm just saying, next time we will actually like laugh into bits about, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But this kind of started on a crazy.
I know it's retrograde. It's retrograde.
I don't know. It's just.
But we got there in the end, and that link still isn't working on my desktop, so it's obviously to do with the browser. Just refresh.
I don't know. I even called my husband, yelling at him for help. Like, oh my God,
get back from work now, Mark, and help.
Yeah, and he's like, do you need me to come home? I'm like, no, I don't need you to come home.
Stop the press.
But I'm like,
no. It's horrible when things like that happen, because it does throw you, doesn't it? And you're like, oh no.
Listen, I mean, I have anxiety panic disorder. It doesn't take a lot to throw me, like seriously.
Oh,
but like I try really hard to like organize myself and like have like everything, you know what I mean? And I'm just ticked off that y'all didn't get to see my lovely living room, and this is what you ended up with.
Thank you, Trillium.
I have no idea where the dog is, but she's been really good.
Oh.
Well, she's quiet, so I don't know if or not. But I mean, good Lord, I'll go up there and there'll be no couch left or something. But
I just want to say thank you, Trillium Tarot, as well. That's a really kind thing. I actually saw a live that you and Kelly did, and I haven't met Trillium Tarot before. And I did go on your channel, and you've got some lovely decks. And yeah, so I'm going to...
You guys, you and Stephanie should do a collab, because...
Yes!
You are, I mean, I don't want to out you, but like you were a huge deck collector. Like,
yes.
Hundreds.
I love decks. I've gone crazy lately. I've just gone really mad.
Really?
No.
Well, an intervention?
Yeah, probably. I'm just like, there's so many nice things out there at the moment, and I thought I've got to slow down. But I did a live the other day called Buried in Treasures, and after it, I was like, oh, I've got to slow down. So I thought, good out. But yeah, there's so many decks, isn't there? So many lovely decks out there. You're right. You're not so much a collector, are you, Kelly?
No.
That was
they don't pay me enough to be a collector.
Cool.
I probably have, I don't know, like 50 or 60 decks. I haven't bought a new deck in a really, really long time, probably since just before Christmas last year was the last deck I bought.
But you have lovely decks, and I've seen some on your channel that I like. I think it was that Denise Lynn one. I've got it down here because, what's it called? So it's terrible when you can't even remember. You know that Journey one? Sacred Traveller.
Yes, Sacred Traveller.
I love that deck. And I got that from your channel. So, yeah. But you know, for me, they take you to a different world. That's what I like about decks. For me, when I'm reading with them, I love to go to different worlds. And that's how I see it. And like when you see it on the shelf, you think, where am I going to go today? Am I going to go into the magical enchanted forest? Or am I going to go into, wherever the other ones take you, But it's really fascinating.
Into somewhere.
Yeah.
Far off. Okay, listen.
It's like the never-ending story.
It is like the never-ending story, and that's the beautiful part about it. So we're gonna end it here, people, because we've taken up enough of Ben's time, an hour and a half, and we really appreciate you coming on. I promise next time we will be filled with all sorts of fun and laughter for y'all. It's like we need an hour and a half chat just before we start a stream. So we got some stuff to talk about.
It's true.
Everybody go and check out Ben's channel. I will leave a link in the description box below. I think it is in the description box below this video. Go show him some love. He is a great person with a heart of gold, and I think that that's what makes Ben so special, is because he comes from his heart, whether he's just talking or whether he's reading. he comes from his heart, and
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Kelly. And you're the same. That's why we get on so well, isn't it? You know.
Thank you.
So.
Fatima is here and saying hi to Ben. Thank you,
Hello,
Fatima.
Fatima. So good to see you.
And
Check
thank you.
out Fatima. Can I just say, Fatima has got such a lovely family. Her, I think it's her brother John. He does some great music, and I've been listening because she put a video on. I think it was yesterday, and his music's brilliant. So
I didn't know that you had a channel, Fatima.
yes. Oh, it's brilliant. Honestly.
How come I never knew that, love? I'm so like I feel left out.
Yeah, check it out because it's fab. Love Fatima's channel.
I will. Is it just like Fatima? Is that?
Yeah.
Is it, I'll
click
check
the name. Yeah.
Sure.
Check it out.
Thank you, Stephanie, for putting the link here for Ben.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You forgot to tell me. Listen, when you start a channel, you got a lot to do. I get it. But I feel bad that I'm not supporting you, so I'll definitely go and check it out. And Laura, yes, I mean I'm open to that. Send me an email. My email is in the description box below the videos. All of the videos, and if you can't find it there, you can go to the channel page on YouTube, and it's in the about section. So from us to you guys, we send you lots of love and blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ben, when are you on next? Do you know when you're?
No, I've got no idea. I want to do some recorded videos.
Okay.
And then no, I haven't got anything planned at the moment. But
when am I back? Does anybody know when I'm back? Let's see what I'm doing, because I don't even know. I mean, who can believe it? So I'm hoping, friends, to do a fire pit on Friday.
I love the fire pit sessions.
But the weather is just not cooperating. I have to be honest. Like yesterday, it was like 36 degrees Celsius here. I felt like a flippin' noodle stuck against the wall, just waiting for the humidity to let up so I could slide down. Today, it's like, winter outside. It's like 20. It's supposed to rain and thunder and lightning and all the things. So I don't know. But whether I do it or not, you guys will see it go up. And just as a footnote, I am changing my Sunday night lives to Monday night in September. So I will not be live this Sunday, but I will be live on the Monday. And again, that's not posted up yet, but check it out. If your bell notification is what am I trying to say? If your bell notification is checked off, then you will.
Are you sure you've not put anything in that drink?
Lord, hold on. Yeah, just cuts. And of course, what else did I want to say? And of course, be on the lookout for the new series because it's going to start in September. It'll be a 4-part series for the month of September. And I will give you a little hint. I will not tell you what the content is. I will leave it with you. You can think about it if you want. Try to guess if you want. Turning over a new leaf.
Love that. Love it.
Because of September and the colored leaves and all the rest. Anyway, we will leave you with that. I love you lots, and we wish you many blessings. And thank you, everyone, for being here. It really means the world to me that you spend part of your day with me. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.